Hi everybody, we're Rob and Leslie Hildebrand.
Welcome to the Chateau de la Grifferaie.
3 years ago, we sold or mortgaged everything we had to buy this beautiful chateau.
With the hope that we could create a special place of learning for young people to learn about their world and themselves.
It's been an amazing adventure so far, with so much more to come.
So come along with us as we wake this sleeping beauty and restore her to her former glory.
Can't believe it. We just shot the greatest intro ever, and then it wasn't recording. So we gotta try to do it again. The second time's never as good, but okay, welcome. Hey, we're back to the Chateau, Rob and Leslie, the Chateau de la Grifferaie. While you're listening to us, you're gonna see some shots of a beautiful sunrise. The sun has come up. We're back to France. We're ready to go.
And you're up at the sunrise because...
Oh man, we're jet lagged like anything. Our daughter got married a couple days ago.
Literally.
And we cleaned up, got on the plane. How are you feeling?
Pooped.
We're tired. We're super tired. In fact, there's times in this video where it's emotional, so you may enjoy it.
Because you're tired.
Yeah, more emotional than normal, but I think it's actually a pretty decent video.
I'm sure it
Oh, a
is.
beautiful song at the end and a beautiful meal.
Huh.
Yeah, and we tried to spend some more time actually looking at the food because some people enjoy that. So lots of good stuff at the end and kind of all the way through. We're also working with a GoPro and we're trying to figure that out. We're still got some learning to do, but making progress.
Yeah, but I think it'll be great.
Yeah.
I want to put it on Bing so that he always runs over here into the woods.
Yeah.
And I'm dying.
We want to see where
I
he
know
goes.
he has friends over there. I'm thinking rabbits. Because he always, as soon as we get home,
Straight there.
straight there.
Anytime he runs straight over there, but who knows? What else can we tell him?
I mean,
it's gonna be a good video.
It's been a busy everything since
Yeah,
May
we're working
1st.
like
It's
nuts.
just been boom, 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 and
Yeah.
once it gets to the end of November,
Yeah, this
Great
year,
time.
this year's been crazy for us, and it's interesting because I was saying this in the last video we shot that didn't work. That everybody seems to understand, like coming off a wedding, everybody's like, "Oh, you must be tired. You had a wedding," and we're kind of like another day in the office, like it's been, all the way along. Quick turnaround. Next year should be easier. We don't expect to have any children married. They're both married now. We don't expect any schools to go under and positions to be eliminated. We don't expect any international moves, Lord willing. And so we have lots of applications coming in for the students.
we do. It's exciting.
It's going really good. I'm starting to worry how we're going to say no to all these kids because there's lots of kids coming. Oh, we got to tell them this too. We had a very generous gift. We actually have a couple gifts we're going to talk about this trip. It's been some cool stuff. Later in the video, we'll talk about that church that was going to pick a project. They took two projects. Keep watching. But also, a few months ago, we had a really nice donation from a fellow Chateau owner that said they would like to sponsor one student, a full ride scholarship for next year to a student who has a proven work ethic, good worker, good employment history, but financially just couldn't come. And so they're going to cover the whole thing. So by the way, if you know a kid like that would like to come, remember we're a Christian school, so we're going to be a lot of time reading the Bible. So probably you don't want to hate the Bible and come. That wouldn't be a great... you'd be bored every day. It'd be like if you're going to Weight Watchers, but you're really committed to eating bad food. That would not be a great choice. That's trying to explain, I mean, you could come if you're overweight to Weight Watchers, but you probably don't want to come if you're super happy about being overweight and don't want to get skinny. Does that make sense? You get where I'm going with that? With the Christianity? Yeah, okay. All right. Leslie's not so sure, but anyways, if you know a student that would love the program, would enjoy seeing Europe, learning in community, maybe exploring the Bible, take a look at our webpage, which I think is www.loirevalleystudyabroad.com. More information about the scholarships and the programs. Be sure to apply before October 1st because we have twice as many applications this year as last year. We will fill up and kids will get turned away. So we're going to start accepting kids in October. So anyways, that's all exciting. It's a good video. Watch, and thanks for coming along. When you're jet lagged, you have to think carefully about the jobs you want to do. So honestly, the first 2 days I've done a lot of mowing because I love it. It's kind of mindless. It's kind of rewarding, and you can convince yourself when you're just feeling like super tired and not great to get onto the mower. You can still accomplish something. And I took on another fun job tonight. For the first time, we have timed lights on the front and back of the Chateau. And I just got our new electrical bill. The rates went down for the moment. And so somehow our night rate currently is something like 2 point something cents a kilowatt hour, which is crazy. So from €1,000 down to $320, I think they charge us this month. But in the evening, the rate is so low that I think it was like $18 we spent on electricity that's for all the evenings in the month of August. So we may as well run the lights. The lights are very cheap. These are a very small part of our electrical, and they're cool. So let's go take a look at the back. We got lights on the front. We don't have anything on the side, but very few people see the side. See if I can give you the walking view here. Surely is a big building. Oh, you can see the back lights now. Let's come around and watch that. It's not super dark out right now, but you still get the idea. We haven't spent a lot of time on placement. We just basically sat them on the edges, but still does a good job. Here we come. I'll keep going and back up so you can get the full look. Well, I'll be honest, I think it looks better live. It looks okay on the screen there, but it looks pretty cool live. You kind of, again, you don't see the whole the whole side there, but you can see our room is all lit up. It's time for bed. Almost 9, and we just finished working. Back to the high season for us. You know, we could put more work into this if we were serious about it, but really all these lights and the electrical wires and everything, probably about $100 to buy. So we haven't invested a ton of money yet. It looks really cool, and hopefully the neighbors driving by will enjoy it. I always enjoy when I see a chateau lit up, and I almost kind of want to get lights on those side pieces now too. It's endless, really. Honestly, one of my favorite parts, and I'm not sure you'll catch it with the video, is inside the shadows that get, you know, there's all these cool angles that are all symmetrical on the inside, and it's super cool. I'll take you into the ground salon and see if you can see what I'm talking about. So you got the really cool look at the pendant, and you catch a bit of glimmer too on these. And then if you're sitting there playing the piano, you look up and you see the scroll work and the shadow from that. It's really quite beautiful. Very pleasant place to play the piano, even in the dark. Guys, we've had some great news. Remember a couple of videos ago, we talked about how we'd had a church from Seattle, my friend Pete, his church, they were gonna tithe on a property they sold, and they were gonna make some donations to nonprofits, and so they asked us for all the projects. It's 2 weeks ago if you haven't seen it, and I think it was maybe about an 18-minute clip in there, and we detailed kind of 9 projects that we've been thinking about. We heard back from them. They're going to support us, and they're gonna actually bite off 2 projects. Extremely exciting. The 2 they'd like to take on our electrical situation, to get our electricity hooked up to residential instead of commercial, to get all that cleaned up. Remember, we were getting all those $1,000 a month bills there for quite a while. And also that'll help us to decommission the transformer, which is using 60-70% of our power and costing quite a bit. So they're going to take care of all that, and also with that, they're going to install solar panels for us out back by the restaurant. So that's going to be fantastic. And then a second project, they want to do that, and they wanted to take on a second project, and the second project is they'd like to sponsor us to get some heat pumps. And so the 2 go together really well, right? Like we'll have the electricity upgraded. We're going to put in a couple breakers as well to put in the heat pumps. And then we have, we'll see how many we can afford, as many as 8 blowers, 4 fans on the outside, which will not heat the whole place. I mean, we're never going to heat the whole place. 20,000 square feet, 4.5 meters tall. That's a lot of air, 212 windows. So, that's not going to get heated all the way through anytime soon, but that's enough to heat a few rooms. So, when it gets towards the end of a session, we can keep it manageable for the students. And in the off season, when it's just Leslie and I, we can at least have 1 or 2 rooms that are heated, without spending $1 million. So we're super, super thankful. And I'll be showing lots of video of all the work and what's going to happen. Very exciting, and a huge thank you to that church for supporting us out of nowhere. By the way, a couple guys said, I'm swatting away the flies, pardon me. A couple folks said you should start like a GoFundMe for some of the small projects and stuff. Or we actually do have a Patreon, and it's been doing great. Thanks very much to all of you. And that is, you know, how we do a lot of support on these little things. So if if you're interested, we'd love to have you with us. Link is in the description. And actually, if you're watching from America, we are a nonprofit. The money doesn't go to Leslie and I; it goes to the nonprofit. And if you'd like to make a donation, we actually do have online donation, and we can give IRS receipts. All of our financial information goes to the IRS, and they audit's the wrong word. They track us every year. In fact, I think you can even go online and see our budget from a couple of years ago. It's public information to Talent Ministries in the States. Anyways, there it is. Thanks so much. Well, we got some good news. Leslie and I just got back from Angers. We went to the prefecture, and sure enough, we got our carte séjour. Carte séjour. It's kind of cool. I'll cover up all the relevant data. Yeah, that's our French permit card. It's 1 year. Apparently we need 5 of these, and then we can get a full-time forever one. So that's a great step forward after all those struggles early on with COVID trying to get into the country. Well, 6:30 a.m. and we're getting over the jet lag, aren't we, Bingley? Mr. Bingley gets jet lag too. He doesn't know what to do in the morning. Still a little bit weird waking up with darkness out there. Well, it's going to take some time. But every day gets a little bit better. They say it's 1 day per hour of jet lag, and it's a 9-hour shift for us, so you can expect trouble for a little bit longer. But in the meantime, this guy, Mr. Bingley, this guy had a nice early lunch, early breakfast. Mr. Bingley has a haircut. Got a haircut yesterday. He's looking good. He normally wakes up and sits with Leslie, but she's still sleeping, thank goodness. I find myself waking up thinking about my kids every morning. They're still awake. And so I often send them a quick note these last couple days. I wonder if he misses his cousin Boris. I wonder if he misses his cousin. Boris is David and Kim's cat, and is a real beauty. Do you miss Boris? Mr. Bingley, do you miss him? Nothing. So this is kind of fun. Sometimes, when you have a YouTube channel, people send you collaboration requests, and we always say no because we're not really interested in making a video for some. We don't want to be like doing commercials. Although I got one from Tozo, and the reason I was excited about that is because I think I've actually bought 3 sets of these headphones already just on my own. They're cheap. They're like 20, 25 bucks. And they're great little guys. And so they said, hey, we'd like to send you this noise canceling. And I'm like, oh, get it before I fly. So they tried, but it didn't get there before I flew, but it did arrive when we got back here. So let's check them out. So they're noise canceling. Looks like they sent me red. And let's give them a try. I was gonna wear them on the plane, but you know what I'll do is I'll wear them on tomorrow, and we'll see if that works good. All right, I wear them for a couple hours doing the lawn, and I like them. Now, normally they're little ones. They're relatively cheap, and they sit in there for 25 bucks. These ones are noise canceling, which is cool. Little button on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. It's nice that it uses the USB-C, which works for my Mac, so it's easy to charge. They say it gets 40 hours, which is incredible. You're thinking about back in the day, you'd buy like a Discman or something, and you run it for 8 hours, and the batteries you'd be dead, cost you like 10 bucks or whatever. And so nowadays, you just listen to music. It has a good bass, good low bass. Probably should have got the black. The red's okay. It's a bit orangish for me, but should have got the black. But yeah, no, super thankful for them. It'd be great in a plane with the noise cancellation. But yeah, very thankful. We won't do lots of endorsements or whatever, but I was excited to get this pair. I'm liking them. They sound good. I think, by the way, I don't know if I said this earlier, I think $50-something. Not even that expensive. Super cool. Well, yeah, boy, it's been a couple days we've been here. We're still jet lagging hard, Leslie and I. And I put myself on camera. I'm wearing work clothes. Hope you can still accept me. I was thinking, when I'm mowing, I always do some thinking. And I actually started thinking about when we were flying back. And So we had the gray wedding, you know, and hopefully what we should do here is show some shots, if I haven't already, because we got some more video, fun video from the wedding, so we'll put more just to kind of relive it. But we're coming back, we're tired. I don't know if you've ever done a wedding, you know, it takes some effort. Leslie especially, it's been a stressful year for her, and obviously she cared a lot about what was going on, and so we both cared. So we worked hard. In fact, the whole wedding, like, people were saying, hey, why missed the pictures of the mother of the bride? And honestly, you probably missed the pictures of the father of the bride, except for the fact that I was the one officiating, so I couldn't get out of those pictures. But honestly, the whole day we were running around and we barely saw each other. I don't think we took one picture together except for the official ones, which will come later. So that was a bummer, but it was a great wedding. And anyways, there's that. So we're coming out of that. We're tired. I think one day later, then we had to clean everything up real quick and get on a plane to fly, whatever it is, 12 hours, you know, 20 if you include the getting to the airport and then driving back to the Chateau. So long day. Jet lag's bad coming this direction. Both Leslie and I have had a tough jet lag. I think I'm on day 4 and I'm still, like, I'm waking up at, you know, 3. And anyway, so we're very tired. So we're sitting on the plane, and it was one of those things, it's kind of the end of a long year. And you know, we have 25 students coming in a couple days. We knew that we had 4 or 5 days between when we get back and when the people start coming. Probably 4 full days we had. And both of us maybe are grieving a little bit the fact that we're just so tired and we'd love to take a day off, but we can't. And so it's been a tough year that way. I mean, our kids aren't going to get married every year, right? But so I was kind of feeling, no, I don't know if I was feeling down. I was just maybe feeling sorry for myself, mostly just feeling tired, I think, on the plane. And if you've ever taken one of those transatlantic flights, you know, the 10 hours is a long time to sit in the plane. And so you're sitting there and you're like, when is this going to be over? And you're tired. It's the middle of the night for you. And so I started watching movies, trying to stay awake. And I saw Les Miserables, you know, the adaptation they did a couple of years ago, big Hollywood adaptation. And I think, wow, it's a French movie. You know, it's always good to check my French history a little bit. I don't know how accurate movies are, but, you know, and so I thought, I'm going to watch it again. I enjoyed it the first time a while back. And so I start watching this movie, and what a moving movie. Have you seen it? I mean, there's some, you know, maybe a little bit of sketch stuff, but generally just so moving. And you got all these people, and I'm going to show clips. Hopefully the copyright guys don't jump on me. So yeah, all these characters who have either come into difficulty, they've come into difficult situations. Some of them of their own making, they've made some bad choices. Not always though. Some of them made bad choices. Some of them just, you know, difficult situations. The main character, I don't want to spoil it. It's a pretty old movie. Jean Valjean, you know, he steals a loaf of bread to feed his sister's child, and then the inspector's chasing him for all these years, and there's no mercy and there's no grace, and then the girl, I can't remember the girl's name, Fontaine maybe, is that right? Anne Hathaway, and she, you know, she, it seems like some bad things have happened to her. Her husband left or whatever happened. She has a child all alone. And she's trying to take care of this child, and yet she loses her job kind of unfairly, and then she's desperate, so she starts to sell her hair and then her teeth, I think, if I remember. And then she's sort of forced into prostitution, and it's just, her life is going down, down, down. She's making these choices, and I'm just sitting there thinking, man, if only somebody was there to help them, right? Like, this guy just needed a loaf of bread. And all he needs is one guy to come give him a loaf of bread, or when this girl's young, someone to come along and say, hey, let's help you. Don't make this choice, you know, because they make these choices and then their life turns terrible. You know, it's just this tragic story, painful story, haunting music. That song, I'm gonna get real emotional here, but that song, I Dreamed a Dream, and she's talking about her life and all the hope she had, and then kind of the trajectory of it. I just went like this, and I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking, this is exactly why we're doing this. Like, we want to be the people that we're tired. Sorry, I'm tired, so a little bit emotional. We want to be the people that comes along beside these kids when they're young and says, no, don't do that. You know, this is the way you want to go. And of course we're Christians, as you know. There's a trigger warning. We're Christians, and so our belief is that the Bible has so many good ideas that will give people a good life and protect them from harm and from the impact of some bad decisions. And so You know, we want to come along young people when they're young and just be giving them that guidance. And we also want to produce the kind of people that will go out there and find a guy that needs a loaf of bread and give it to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's two sides to this story. There's helping people that are already in trouble, and then there's helping people not get into trouble. And we want to try to accomplish both here. And so I'm sitting there and I'm flying back and I'm just crying because I'm thinking, we're tired. You know, we're tired and man, we'd love some time off. But also, we believe in what we're doing. We believe in what we're doing. And so it was kind of a cool moment. You know, sometimes you have a spiritual lesson watching a regular Hollywood movie, and that was it for me. Okay, I am jet lagging hard today. I woke up at 3, and so I'm having lunch a little bit early. Had my breakfast quite early, so a little bacon and eggs for we're gonna call it brunch at 11. And this bacon could also go on burgers later too. May as well make it up. Eat some of it now, some of it later. I'm out here mowing, and I'm gonna tell you, ever since clearing out this forest, can you see through it a bit now? It's become much higher on my favorite places in the yard. It's, you know, maybe I should mow you over there and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, I got it zoomed out. You can see sort of what we've been doing. So we brought down a ton of stuff here, and I got to clean this one up a little bit more. It's still kind of brushing out, and all this stuff sort of fell over the fence / landed on the fence. So I gotta, you know, we gotta let this decompose for a while, these leaves, and then maybe we'll get the GAs to have a bonfire and burn some of the sticks, or maybe we just let them go here. But yeah, no, it's super nice. It's so much more open. You can see almost all the way through there. Lots of fun. All right, here we are, friends. I've got the old GoPro going here, and we're walking around, taking a look at everything, seeing how it's doing. How are your flowers?
I mean, half are dead.
Half are dead.
And the other half are weeds now.
Well, those are looking okay.
Yeah. They need deadheaded and stuff, but
Looks like my gonna be more work on the.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but we got students coming.
Let's go look at the urns.
Let's go look at the urns. Grass is beautifully green.
I know.
A little bit of a story. Oh, we went to the basement. There was water in several rooms.
Yeah. The sand is wet. I think there must have just been a big storm.
Oh yeah, like even look. I'm gonna flip down here. Like you can even see.
Look that way.
Oh yeah.
You can kind of see patterns in the sand.
Yeah.
Or if you look straight down from upstairs, or look this way, you can see it too.
Well, I can't whip around that quick.
No. Okay.
Oh, this is looking good. It's pretty green.
It is odd. Roses aren't blooming though right now. I'll give them a little haircut. It's also kind of out of season right now.
Yeah. So this is super nice. Now we had actually a friend offer to buy us a GoPro earlier, and I don't know, maybe I should have said yes. I felt embarrassed. I was like, I don't know. But then we had another friend, so I said no. Maybe should have said yes. But we had another friend said, hey, I've got one and I'm never using it, and so they sent it to us, and so we're gonna use it, and it's stabilizing. What do you see? That might be the same. House is looking good.
He's not looking happy.
I've got it on wide, this GoPro, so we'll see what this looks like. You're gonna get the big huge view, the big huge angle. You can see like the whole tree. This is super wide. All right, let's go look at this one. Yeah, really green. I can't wait to mow tomorrow. We're pretty jet lagged. We started this trip Monday morning at what time? Noon. Of course, you wake up and then we flew at noon. It is now France time, Tuesday night. Looks crooked. Doesn't it look crooked?
Yeah, it does.
Looks like it's tipped forward. I wonder how that.
I don't know.
Well, that's odd. Some plants still there though? Yeah.
No, not all
So it's, I don't know, I'm sure it's been 24 hours. We're quite tired.
I wonder if it's been really hot and then if there was a big storm.
Yeah, maybe.
Because things are kind of dead and...
Yeah, hot and dry, and then a big storm.
That's what it looks like.
I'll have to figure this out. The display keeps turning off, so I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but it's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why is it so far apart or so far away?
I've got it super wide set right now. It also has kind of a non, what's the word? Like a stabilization thing. So that's going to be nice. It's probably shaking less than you're used to.
Oh, the hibiscus is already over.
What? Oh, yeah.
Oh, bummer. Oh, look, that darn ugly, horrid tree species.
Oh, yeah.
One.
Yeah.
Look, you can't even see the...
Oh, it's almost covered the
camping.
bathroom. Oh, well, that's not all bad.
Well, no, but you don't.
Hey, what's up with this tree? Looks like it's dead.
I know, he's not happy at all.
Well,
What in the world?
we'll take a look. Roof looks good.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, the Grifferaie rose needs a cut.
Oh, here comes Mr. Bingley.
Where?
I think I'm gonna make this less wide.
Oh dear. Oh no, it's another piece of mistletoe.
Oh, it's the mistletoe again.
Oh no.
Oh, there it is too. You think that's what's killing it?
I do. Oh, there's another one. No. Well, you're gonna have to cut that off. There's another piece. Oh dear.
This tree is not looking good.
Oh, I like this tree so much.
It's odd. Maybe is it the time of year?
Well, I have no idea.
Oh, you're right. Mistletoe.
That's bad.
Well, that's not cool.
Because it was totally fine this year. I thought we'd solved that problem.
Let's go look at the front hedge. We are now with the GoPro. We're thinking we've got to put this on Mr. Bingley and have a day in the life of Mr. Bingley. We really want to get that shot. Like sometimes they have ones that that they kind of hang out in front of the dog, and then you can see the dog running. I think that'd be super fun.
I think that would be. Oh, he's rolling on something. That's a bad sign.
Oh, let's go over here.
Hey, let's go this way. Come on, let's go this way. Come on, let's go this way. Come on.
There he comes. I want to look at the hedge. Hopefully, see if the tent caterpillars are back. This hedge is looking good, eh? This is. Look at that. It needs to be trimmed again.
I know.
Wow. Awesome. Our students arrive. We have 5 days of nothing before the students arrive, which is pretty intense. Oh, this is gonna.
When was the wedding? How many weeks ago?
Which wedding?
The wedding at the Chateau.
Oh, I don't know. A month ago. It's all
Well,
back.
that's what weeds look like a month later.
Yeah.
I've been gone a month, and this was all clean. The nice thing is they're easy to pull out. Okay, let's take a look.
We're gonna have a student that's on the hedge. That's gonna be their big job.
You see anything?
4 hours a week. I think that's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be helpful.
Hey, take a little look here.
I'm looking. Let's look at the dead areas if we find any. Oh, that stuff out. All right. I don't see any super dead areas though.
Well, the
Actually,
area is
maybe right there a little bit.
Oh yeah. When we
You see,
yeah.
that looks like what happens when. Do you see any?
Yeah. See
Where
netting.
do you see one?
No, but I see netting, like webby stuff.
Yeah, we'll spray this tomorrow maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got it early.
Yeah, right here too.
You see one? Well, you don't see any worms yet.
No, but I see the
results.
the beginnings of a spider web kind of thing. Which is
Check out my forest.
how they grow.
Look how open
this
that
is what I
forest
wanted to
is.
do.
Man, oh man. This looks like there was maybe some sanglier in here.
Well,
It's all stomped around.
wondering. Yeah, this is fun.
Isn't this something?
Wow, you get to enjoy the trees that are amazing in there.
Yeah.
Not
Love
to
it.
mention the rhodos next year.
Oh, I can't wait for the rhodos next year.
I'll do a trim of the rest of them in February.
Well, somebody that knows GoPro will have to explain. It keeps the display turns off.
Oh.
I guess you don't really need it. It's quite small, the display.
Just Google it.
Go take a look.
Oh yeah, so some of these little skinny guys,
Yeah, I'm wondering about taking some of these out
I think we
too.
should take them out.
Yeah, because they're pretty crowded.
Well,
I was going to take
crowded.
that one because look at how far it leans over, but you said it's an oak. So you don't want me to take it out.
Which one?
This one right here that juts out.
Oh, this guy?
No, this one here.
Over there? Like big guy?
No, the little guy, obviously, yeah. You were saying not to, but yeah, these ones are all pretty crowded too.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, do you see I got the big one out that was leaning?
This guy's an oak. Yeah,
Without
okay,
killing
that's
everything,
great.
so I'm happy about that.
That is.
Let's go look at the front of the chateau. Oh, Mr. Bingley's rolling in something else. He's having a great time. He's thrilled to be back. There it is.
And those
The beautiful chateau.
invasive trees are.
Of course, we're just looking forward to going to sleep.
Oh, Bingy, look
Nice,
how
nice,
dirty
nice.
you are.
Uh-oh,
Mr. Bingy.
making trouble.
All right, you want to go get the mail?
Yep.
Okay, so you know how we thought inside the little hedge here there might have been a little rooting around? Check this out. I think someone had a little,
I think a wild boar was trying to get in there.
like what? Like, look at it.
Yeah, it really got, I didn't like it anyway, so I'm actually glad to take it out. But my goodness.
Oh dear.
All right, here we go.
We'll have to tell the apple guy. Oh.
In April, I believe, when the Dawsons were out, we had this plant cut down to nothing. Like right down to nothing. We had a fire on top of it. Would you mind standing in front of it?
Okay.
Just for, well, I could if you want, but for scale. Like literally, it was cut down to a stump, like a few inches high.
I know.
See how big it is?
And look, it started a new one over here.
See, Leslie? It's massive. I don't know. I mean, they should monetize this somehow. I'm sure they have.
Lover, there's cheap furniture made out of acacia wood because they can grow acacia forest really
Yeah, I
fast.
suppose that would make sense.
Yeah.
And there's your new, this is your latest
Maybe what?
pot.
Oh, this is one from home.
Yeah. It's a nice spot. You've talked around a little bit about putting a garden out here somewhere. Maybe here. I keep thinking back there, like in that little, I call it the secret garden, but it's too far.
away.
So you think here maybe? Yeah, this would be nice. Kitchen's right over behind the van there, so.
Yeah, he
That would work.
while I was gone. Good
Uh-oh.
job, little plant.
Oh, is that good?
Oh, I didn't get to see him, but other than that, yeah.
Looks like the sports field is blooming.
What?
The sports field is blooming.
Anyway, I see that.
I'm really excited about meeting the new students. They're coming in a few days. They're going to be a good bunch, I hope, because we're living together for 10 weeks. So we've liked every other group. I think this is the 6th or 7th group we've had. So very excited to have them. And we'll, I think we'll probably have one more regular video of working on the chateau next week. But we'll finish up this week's video and keep working on stuff. Well, this year we're going to try something different as well. We're going to have our students do student work. And there's a couple reasons for that. Now, they've always taken turns. We're a low budget deal, right? We don't pay anybody. We don't have someone in doing the dishes or cooking or anything. It's just us. And so, you know, the students always have helped with dishes and cleaning and all of that a little bit. But this year, I think we're going to ask all the students to work for 1 hour a day. Either doing dishes or painting or weeding, or because this chateau takes a lot of work. And you know, the last couple of years I've been looking around and I see Leslie working 10, 12 hours a day. Honestly, more like 12. And exhausted every day, just killing herself for everybody. And our students are fantastic. They do everything. Every time we ask them to do something, they do it. They're great attitudes. But, you know, they're in class 4 hours a day. And then maybe they got an hour, you know, they're doing a little bit. And so I'm kind of like thinking, this doesn't make any sense to have Leslie working 12 hours a day and some of the rest of us too. And then have these guys only working 4 hours. And we don't want to produce like lazy students, right? Or we don't want to condition egocentrism or reward egocentrism. So we're going to ask this year, they're each going to do a job. And maybe sometimes I'll try to walk around with the camera a little bit and catch them working on stuff if they're game. We also have the GAs, the grad assistants, and those guys will be helping out too. So, you know, hopefully we not only have a great session doing the classes and growing and learning and laughing and enjoying life, connecting with the world and with people, but hopefully we also keep this chateau going. It's 10 weeks. We can make some improvement on some forests and get some things painted and maybe do some jobs that we normally wouldn't have time for. Hopefully. We'll see.
Okay, so here's a great example of a job. See, you know, I remember I worked so hard on clearing this out before the wedding. Now that's more than a month ago. I spent the better part of a week clearing this. And eventually we will have a tractor, but for now we don't. And so we're gonna have one student whose whole job is just the square. And you know, he'll get the vinegar and the salt out and he's gonna scuff stuff and he'll use the flamethrower. And you know, I think we'll find some student, maybe a guy who enjoys the flamethrower. I know last year the guys were really excited about the flamethrower, and they'll get some stuff on this, and maybe we'll be able to keep this thing clear. And here's another example. We're gonna have 1 or 2 students whose their whole job is gonna be this hedge. You know, weeding this hedge, getting in there and actually getting everything out, because we're always doing sort of a patch job, and it always, it's been so rough lately. But we're gonna get them on there, and we'll get this thing cleared out and bring it back to health. Leslie has just driven off to Angers to our dry cleaners. We of course, when we have people leave, it takes about a week for us to get all the stuff washed and dried, because the washers and dryers are slow. So we took it out. We did an experiment. We took it out to the dry cleaners this time. And Leslie was getting it out and putting it all away, and realized that we're missing almost all of our pillowcases. So they didn't come back. So that's obviously a problem. Students arriving in a few days. So we've tried to order more on Amazon, and she's gonna run into Angers and see if we can find her old ones. Yep, it's just one of those things. So our students arrive in a few days. It's been very busy, and we decided to we had to go to get the dog's haircut and get some $500 of groceries today, and so we decided to come to one of our favorite places, Four Seasons, for their very reasonable lunch and celebrate our love / try to get a little bit of a couple hours of a break before everything gets crazy for us. But Leslie, you have an idea.
I was helping you visualize.
What do you want? You want this?
Future.
You want something like this at the Chateau?
Yeah. So outside the breakfast kitchen, there's a piece of grass, and I want to have some kind of little tunnel, whether it's wisteria. These are old wisteria, which are beautiful. Take time to grow, but something like this. The long table down the middle where we all can sit and eat outside. Then at the very end, where you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, I want to have our little urn with the flowers, or a fountain, and then our 4 quadrants for an herb garden.
So
I think it'll be delightful.
So probably I'll go get some video and put that over so you can kind of see what we're talking about. But the nice thing about a chateau is there's so many options. Like, there's so many beautiful things you can do. Oh, this is nice too, this area. Look, we have kind of a little outside area.
Cute.
Would have loved to have Amy's reception here.
Wouldn't that have been nice?
Would have been so good if we were a smaller group. My goodness. Okay, let's enjoy this Michelin star food. This is great. We got the restaurant to ourselves. We're here at 12:10, a little bit early. And yeah, it's gonna be a good meal. Are you guys ready? I'll try to take more time and really explain each meal, each course. Sometimes we go really quick. Okay, did you catch it? Le creme or ricotta?
Right.
So it's
And then
ricotta cheese
vegetable,
and
something
vegetables.
vegetable.
There was legume in there. Yeah, it looks good. By the way, this is, I'm zoomed away, and that's my finger, so it's very small. Cool. But this is not the amuse-bouche. This is the pre-amuse-bouche.
No, it is amuse-bouche.
Is it amuse-bouche? Okay, here we go. Okay, we got the single appetizer. Or this is not the appetizer. This, I think, is the amuse-bouche. No? Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So this is a gazpacho. What was it? Gazpacho? Tomato gazpacho. So a cold tomato soup. And lovely bun. Should be good. I'm gonna put the spoon in it. I think a tiny little spoon. This is like a coffee spoon. Oh, that does look good. Everything's so fresh and vibrant in France. I'll taste some cucumber in there. Maybe a little bacon. I don't know. Very good. Guys, you came to the right place today. Oh yeah, we absolutely are looking at the bread. Yeah, thank you. Bread's so good, so good. Okay, this is a fish salad, they call it. It looks like a, puree maybe? What's on the top? It looks like lobster, honestly.
No.
No? Let's look at it. Let's pull the fork out here. Maybe like a little bit, yeah, I think maybe. Yep. And then over here.
It's a cool bowl. Look at the little egg.
They said,
See the
a little
egg?
tiny egg. It's hard to get the scale of it. And then they said smoked chicken and what?
Lardon, bacon and mushroom.
Bacon and mushroom, yeah. Boy, goodness. Yay, France. Of course. Cod. They said it's a lobster sauce, eh?
I know, I can smell
Lobster sauce with cod and some green vegetables. Looks great. And then I got the beef. Oh, I like the beef. With cooked in a red wine sauce with potatoes.
Look how nice it falls apart.
Oh, let's see.
It's just
Oh, yeah.
flaking apart.
I'm telling you, they know how to cook in France. This meal is so good.
It's great.
And by the way, if you've watched us, you know this is, I think, $29 for this meal. Man. And after a wonderful course, you have a little almond. What was it? Almond?
Yeah, it's a little almond cake.
Almond cake. And then, of course, the napkins. Yum. But you guys, this meal, it's been good after good after good. Look at this. That's a beautiful, that should be our cover photo.
Isn't that beautiful?
I think that should be the cover photo of this,
Beautiful.
video. And mine looks good too, but they're going to taste even better.
Cheers.
Yum. Or what do you think?
Chocolate panna cotta.
Chocolate panna cotta
With vanilla ice cream.
with vanilla ice cream
And little, I don't know what kind of it.
raspberries.
Or,
And what was yours?
mine looks like a vanilla cake with some kind of chantilly cream or something.
Love it. Okay, it's 9:20 and time to stop work and maybe play the piano. Now look at this. Leslie has redecorated. Oh, she always does such a nice job. And she also said that since electricity is so cheap now, we should be able to have a couple lamps on for a couple hours. So here we go. Honestly, you have to be here to hear it. Okay, we had a hymn request, and this is a beautiful, beautiful request that I've forgotten this song. It's called He Giveth More Grace. And I'm going to tell you the words because it's an absolutely beautiful song.